Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. My humble salutations to the Guru, the teacher, who is the embodiment of the Creator God, Brahma, the maintenance God, the Vishnu, and the God of dissolver, that is Ishvara. And the Guru is also the embodiment of Parabrahman, the Supreme Brahman. To such Guru, my humble pranams or salutations. My dear devotees, all of us, as we all know that this week we had a wonderful day, very auspicious day on 13th of July, that is Guru Purnima, especially in India and of course now across the globe. The people who belong to Sanatana Dharma, they celebrate that auspicious day as a talk special day where they try to express or show the token of gratitude, a token of respect towards their gurus, the teacher. We have Mother Day, we have Father Day, we have got Rose Day, Pink Day, so many days. So, like that, from that sense, we can say that is a Teacher's Day or Guru Day. Of course, Teachers' Day can be in different countries, can be different, but it is called Guru's Day. Now, why do we need Guru at all? On the Guru Purnima, when I was discussing the necessity of Guru, I did mention one point, which is told by or explained by none other than Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda says, to light a lamp, one more burning lamp is required. So, similarly, to kindle the energy, to motivate us, to invoke our spirit, we need one more spirit, living spirit, that is called Guru. That is called, he is known as teacher. Apart from that, according to the Vedanta, or according to scriptures, we have got 6 limitations of the intellect. This will be very different, very unique, and very peculiar idea for the Western people, probably, or for the Western mindset people. Why? Because after the advancement of science and technology, because of industrial revolution, starting from industrial revolution, human beings started thinking, I can do anything and everything, and I have got a lot of intelligence, and I can create one more world even if it requires me. He did, by using his intellect, he did do many innovations, inventions, and from where society got benefited from that. But because they neglected the spirituality, because they neglected the God, the whole world witnessed 2 world wars, we can say. And Shastra says that we all understand the knowledge, or we get the knowledge of an object through the mind and intellect. Yes, no doubt. How wonderful the mind is. The Creator God, how wonderfully He has created. We can know so many things. We can know about us, about internally, externally. We can know about personality. We can know about this world, the galaxy, different galaxies. So many things we can know. Mind is capable of that. Intellect is capable of that, no doubt. But by this intellect, we can know many things. At the same time, The intellect is limiting our knowing also is very important thing which Vedanta tries to tell, which science is still it is yet to understand. From these five sense organs of knowledge, with the help of mind, with the help of intellect, or with the help of brain, say, I can understand many things. Knowledge is enormous, no doubt. But at the same time, it is limiting my knowledge also. This is very important, we have to understand. Now, how to understand this? For an example, this eye, wonderful lens it is. Today, mobile we got 6 megapixel, 8, 12, 20, 30, 40, 50 megapixels we have got in mobile camera. In DSL camera, it is thousands. And also, so many megapixels or thousands of megapixels in this already in this eye retina. And it can catch so many images at a time at a fraction of a second. It can see many things. We get lot of knowledge through this eye, no doubt. But at the same time, as the science today tells that, with the particular frequency or with the particular wavelength of light only we can see. Below, lesser than that, or yeah, other side, more than that particular wavelength of light, we cannot see. We close our eyes. Similarly, with the ears also. The animals can listen so many things, so many sounds, whereas we cannot listen. In decibel, we speak. The minimum decibel, probably 72 decibel starting from, and say 100 or 1000 decibel. Till then, only ears can hear. Below then or above that also we cannot hear. If it's a huge sound, immediately the reflex action is we close the ears. Why? My ears cannot bear that sound. We hear so many things from this ear, no doubt, but again, the wavelength, the frequency is limited. So similarly, the intellect, with the help of intellect, the human being today is able to think, is able to understand, is able to do inventions, discoveries, no doubt. But at the same time, due to this intellect, his thinking has been limited also. Now, according to Shastras, according to the scriptures, it says that we have got 6 defects, 6 limitations, 6 errors in our intellect. Purusha buddhihi doshaha shat. The human, Purusha means here human being, not the male. Human's mind has got 6 doshas, 6 errors, 6 limitations, 6 defects. What are they? One is agnana, ignorance. The second is samshaya, doubt. The third is viparyaya, wrong perceptions, parallax error we say. The fourth is pramada, negligence. The fifth is apatukarnatva, means deceived by others' teachings, or easily we get influenced by others. Then the sixth one is dushta pramana. Sometimes the senses deceive us, or limitations of the senses we can be told. It can be told. So now let us try to understand the 6 limitations of the intellect. By this we can understand very clearly why do we need guru. What is this agnana called? Ignorance. We are all ignorant beings actually. Though our real nature is knowledge, chit, sachit ananda, absolute existence, or truth, absolute knowledge, or consciousness, or awareness, then ananda, that is bliss, happiness, love. But though our real nature is gnana, knowledge, but unfortunately, we are ignorant about many things. We are ignorant about God, and we are ignorant about oneself. We are ignorant about suprasensual things also. So this ignorance is the root cause for all of our problems. The Vedanta, the non-dualistic philosophy, Advaita Vedanta, again and again it tells. Because of ignorance of one's own nature, we are taking birth again and again. We are suffering, we are struggling, we are facing all the dualities in the life. So the ignorance is the root cause of all the evils for all the sufferings. Same thing we can see. Hari the lion, Swami Vivekananda gives an example. Once the lioness, with the pregnant lioness, it was in search of food, it was going there in a particular ground or in the field. It saw the flock of sheep. It was very happy. Slowly, slowly it moved so that sheep will not understand. And behind the big stone, slowly it hided himself. And at one leap, it wanted to jump and it jumped and it caught the one sheep, no doubt. But because it was a pregnant and it was a huge leap, huge jump, and when it fell on the ground holding the sheep, there was a strike on its stomach. As a result, then there was a labor pain and it gave birth to cub and it died there only. Now cub came out, there is no one else. Sheeps, they felt so happy to by seeing small cub, they licked, they welcomed. The cub also started growing in the midst of sheep. So the cub also started making sounds like sheep, meow, like that. And cub also started eating grass like sheep. And it was going along with the flock of sheep. Flock of sheep. Once, one more lion, as a want of food, it came in search of the food and it saw the flock of sheep. It wanted to jump. There it saw, unfortunately, a lion is there in the midst of the flock of sheep and it is also eating grass like sheep. It was astonishment for it. It was a rude shock for the lion and it felt very disturbed and it got terribly angry also. The lion thought, by hook or crook, I should catch this lion sheep. So it jumped, just like any sheep run. So even this lion sheep also started running, but with a greater speed, this lion could catch that younger lion sheep. So the lion sheep started telling, oh, please leave me, please leave me, please don't eat me, please don't eat me. The lion sheep, when it was crying, it was begging for its life. The lion said, look, what are you talking nonsense? You are lion like me. You are one of my family member. I will not eat you. I am not come to eat you. Rather, I have come here to take you to teach you a real nature. Then the lion sheep said, no, 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 no. I am the sheep. Please, please, please. I beg you pardon. You might be mistaken. Please leave me. I will go and join my group. The lion said, no, you are not the sheep. You are the lion. Sheep said, no, I am the sheep, not the lion. So it went this conversation for some time. Then lion said, come. And it dragged the sheep near the stream. Near that field, there was a small stream, water stream was running. Then the lion dragged the sheep lion and said, look, your image and look my image in this water. The sheep lion looked itself and also it tried to see the reflection of the lion. Then it started, Hare, you are like me. You are like me. Sheep lion started telling with happiness. The lion said, yes, you are the lion, you are not the sheep. It took some time. Then lion said, you roar. But all the way it was like making the sound like sheep. It didn't happen. Once or twice, thrice it tried. And fourth, at some point of time, the sheep lion started roaring like a lion, where the whole forest got trembled. Then lion said, come, now we will catch a sheep and we will, or some animal, and we will eat. And this lion caught an animal and it teared some meat from that animal and it threw near this sheep lion and said, you eat it. Initially, it was habituated with the grass eating, now slowly started eating the meat. Once it tasted the meat, it felt delicious, and that old samskaras came back, and he ate and enjoyed, and both they started roaring like a lion. I mean, the lion sheep also started roaring like a lion. Both of them went inside the forest. So this story is told by Swami Vivekananda, Hari the lion. So what is the philosophy behind this? We are all lion, not the sheep. We are all divine, not the sinner. So Vivekananda he says that it is the sin, it is the greatest sin is to call the human being as a sinner. Potentially we are all divine, We are all great divine beings. We are not the sinners. But unfortunately, we have got ignorance about ourselves, about our true nature, about our real nature. Once we understand that we are divine, and when we start manifesting this divinity, so as Swami Vivekananda says, power will come, glory will come, name, fame, everything will come. No one will be able to stop you. That is the greatness of this divinity. The dignity of man can be restored. The society can be very well organized. It can progress very well. And the fisherman can be the better fisherman. The cobbler can be the better cobbler. Doctor can be the better doctor. The solicitor can be the better solicitor. The monk can become the better monk by studying Vedanta or by knowing the real nature, his true nature, that is divinity or divine. I am divine. So Guru helps us to make us to understand that I am divine. I am not body and mind. I am not the sinner. I am not the so called limited being. I am unlimited. I can do anything and everything. So much infinite energy is in me, and the divinity itself it shows that there's infinite possibilities there in me. So, to remove this ignorance, we need Guru. All the time, the intellect is not able to understand or conceive these magnanimous, very subtle ideas. Very suprascension of the intellect is samshaya, ignorance, ajnana. Now, the second is samshaya, doubt. Swami Vivekananda beautifully he explains that. What did Sri Ramakrishna do? Sri Ramakrishna tried to kill a demon. Sri Ramakrishna killed a demon or demon? No. We know Rama killed, we know Krishna killed, but we don't know that Sri Ramakrishna killed. Yes, he killed a demon. Who is the demon? What is the name of the demon? That Samshaya Rakshasa. The demon or demon by the name called Samshaya or doubt. The doubtness is there in everyone, in every human being. Doubt about oneself, doubt about one's own capacity, doubt about the existence of God, doubt about the existence of, doubt about the good things. Oh, the world has become so bad. If you are a good person, there is no use, you will be sufferer. And if you there is no place for goodness at all. Such type of statements we do hear and we do make sometimes. So we have got doubt in the existence of goodness at all. So all these things are the limitations of the intellect. So here we need a guru. Even Swami Vivekananda, as a young chap, during his young days, even he also had a samshaya or doubt. Does God exist? And if God exists, has anyone seen God? He had read all Oriental philosophy, Occidental philosophy. So many books he had read, and he was a voracious reader, no doubt. But reading all that, his thirst for knowledge didn't quench, and his doubt was not released, his doubt was not removed by these books, thousands of books. When he met Sri Ramakrishna, he asked, Sir, have you seen God? So that means what? The existence of God, regarding the existence of God, he had a doubt. And Sri Ramakrishna, the great teacher, he said, Yes, God exists and I have seen God. He didn't stop there only. The second point is as a guru, he said that as a pathfinder, as a torchlight, that if you want God, I can show you also. Means when we follow the guru's teachings properly, in toto, means one can realize God, one can realize self knowledge or have self knowledge or self realization is again once more confirmed by Sri Ramakrishna by his own words. And the third, he says, but how many people are in need of God? Why? People shed tons of tears for woman and gold, but not for God. So why we are not able to get the God? Why we are not able to see the God? Because we are bothering about, we are carried over by woman and gold than the God. So similarly, Sri Ramakrishna, once he was explaining regarding Advaita Vedanta, non-dualistic philosophy. According to the Advaita Vedanta, the consciousness and consciousness alone exist. The consciousness is appearing as this world, that is what Brahman, and it is appearing as the table, it is appearing as the chair, it is appearing as the people, and this room and the temple where he was sitting and he was explaining. Naren, as a young chap, he came out and with one of his friend Hazra by name, he started chatting with them and he said, "Look, Sri Ramakrishna, my teacher, is a good person, no doubt. He's a very gentle person, no doubt. But at the same time, I think somewhere he has lost his mental balance because of doing so much sadhana. Why? Because he's saying, you see, what a funny thing, what a nonsense, what a illogic that he's saying that everything is Brahman, the whole world is Brahman, our consciousness. Even this table, chair, kettle, cart, you, me, this temple complex, this room, and this wall, everything is Brahman, it seems. Consciousness, it is everything is pervaded by consciousness, it seems. How foolish it is, isn't it? Saying that both were talking and they were laughing. Sri Ramakrishna came in that ecstatic mood and he asked, Naren, what are you chatting with Azra? Naren started telling, oh, sir, you said just you were saying that everything is Brahman, everything is pervaded by consciousness. Jug, kettle, table, everything is consciousness or Brahman. How foolish, isn't it? So we were making a fun of it. Like that, Naren says. Sri Ramakrishna said, is it? And he touches with the divine grace, with the Guru's grace, with the Guru's divine touch, Naren's he will start experiencing everything is getting merged in somewhere and he experiences the death. The whole world is filled with consciousness. The whole world is soaked with consciousness. Consciousness alone exists. He had such a wonderful Advaitic experience. And when he was when he was walking towards house, he was seeing the people as a shadow. They were like earlier, he was not able to see the beings as it is. They were all looking like shadow of something. So he had a wonderful experience. After that experience, Swami Vivekananda, he never, as a young Naren, he never had a doubt about Advaita and about Advaitic ultimate truth. That is, the whole world is pervaded with consciousness. Our Brahman and Brahman alone exist. The consciousness or awareness alone exists. You see, Samshaya. Most of us, for all of us, we have got doubt about God, doubt about Atman ourself, about consciousness, about goodness, etc., etc. By the Guru's grace, this can be removed only, not by mere study. Now, how much ever you may study, all the time it is not that. Intellectually, you may understand, but completely the doubt is not dispelled, the doubt cannot be destroyed. So here we need Guru. So this is the second limitation of the intellect, samshaya, doubt. Then the third limitation of the knowledge. What is that? Wrong understanding, wrong perception. Hari, Hari, Hari. Hari means in Kannada language, one of the language of the India, southern part of India, means you tear, tear, tear. One mother-in-law, old lady, she had said to young bride had come, married with her son, daughter-in-law. She had just came few days before to her house. This mother-in-law, old lady, she said to her daughter-in-law, look, tomorrow I'm going to do some special puja and some sacrifices, havan. So I will not be talking you directly. Whatever I would like to convey you, just I will tell in few words, one or two words, that's all. So you should be always vigilant, careful enough. You should listen to me, listen to my words, and immediately you should put into action. You should do that. Then this young lady, with all devotion and out of respect or out of fear, she nodded her head and she said, Okay, mother-in-law, I will follow your instructions. So the next day morning, this old lady, she had kept a scripture book or book on worship. By saying that, she started worshipping. She was uttering mantras and so many elaborate puja she did. And afterwards, she kindled the fire and she started offering ablutions. In the middle, as the part of the ritual, meditation came. Then she started meditating in front of that fire. Closing eyes, she was meditating. Her chosen deity was Hari, that is Vishnu or Narayana. So, because her chosen deity was Hari, she started telling Hari, 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 Hari. So, Hari in Kannada means tear. So, this young lady, she started hearing Hari, Hari, Hari. Immediately, she thought, what to tear? The book was there in front of her mother in law's. So she took that book, worship book, she started tearing the pages and she started. Then what to do? Because there is a fire, she started offering the pages to the fire. And after some time, slowly, mother in law opens her eyes and the book is missing in front of her. The mother in law got annoyed and she was furious also. She started asking, look, what happened to my book? Then this daughter-in-law came with a fear and trembling, said, Mother, you only said tear it and put into sacrifice. So I teared the book and I offered the pages into the sacrifice. Then mother-in-law got annoyed and she said, when did I say? You said, Hari, 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 Hare Swaha, Hari, 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 Hare Swaha. Oh, my chosen deity is Hari. So just I was uttering my Lord's name, Hari, Hari. So then daughter-in-law said, okay, sorry, I misunderstood that, and I tore the pages and I offered the whole book into the fire. This is what wrong perception. Many times we cannot understand as it is. For an example, in the Upanishads, when the Upanishads try to discuss the nature of Brahman, what is Brahman or what is consciousness? Anoraniyan, Mahato Mahiyan, it says in one place. Means it is smaller than the smallest. What is smallest? Atom. This Atman or the Brahman, it is smaller than the minute, if it is minute even than the atom. Fine. And it is bigger than the biggest in this whole world. Whatever, if you feel that is the biggest thing existing in the world, and that is much more bigger than this, the Atman. Hare, you are saying that it is smaller than the atom, and you are saying that it is bigger than even the Mount Everest. How is it possible? The Rishis who have told, who have described, who have explained about this Atman, definitely they are loose. They have lost their mindset. I think simply it is all hypothetical arguments. Then definitely we'll come to this conclusion. Why? Because opposites, tautology. How can the Atman can be the smallest than the atom and bigger than even the Mount Everest? Just I'm giving an example of Mount Everest for Mahat. There, the Rishi, the seer is trying to tell, see, look, we cannot really explain what is Atman. Why? It is beyond time and space causation. It is beyond name and form. It is beyond mind and intellect. Whatever I have to explain, I have to use the words. I have to give the form, name and form. Without name and form, we cannot conceive in this whole world. Whereas the Atman is beyond this name and form, so we cannot explain. To make us to understand that Atman cannot be explained in reality, they gave this pair of opposites and they try to explain. Now, if you understand this properly, if you study the Upanishads under Guru in a proper tradition, then you'll be able to understand. If with the translations, if you try to understand, if not all times, many times you may land into wrong understandings. Many youngsters or many seers, they come, they start asking so many questions with us. And their mind will be totally confused many times. Why? Because they think that we can understand anything and everything. Of course, major portion, a lot of things we can understand, no doubt. I'm not saying that. But it is not that everything we can understand, especially about the God or the about self or the about suprasensual things. If you don't understand, because the science of understanding and technical subjects has got every word, they have got technical meanings. So similarly the philosophy subject also explains these words or this the thinking in a particular way, in a particular fashion, that we have to understand. Otherwise, if we don't understand in that particular way, then we misunderstand. So wrong perception, or in one way we can tell that prejudice, we get lot of wrong perceptions. So that is the reason we need a guru to understand who is God or who am I. And also we can see very clearly. For an example, a temple, especially India, you should imagine Indian temples. A lot of gold jewelries and gold coverings will be made for God. So many times the thieves, they do burglaring and they enter the temple and they steal the jewelry and the guards, the coverings itself, and they steal and they sell and they make a money of it, whatever it may be. Many times when we hear, the common people make a mistake saying that, oh, God could not protect his own ornaments which were put on him, then how can God protect us? So it is nonsense, or it is illogical to think that God can protect us. God is unable to protect his own ornaments, then how can God protect us? Such an utterances many times we hear, or probably we might make also. So the similar thing also happened in Dakshineshwar, that is in Calcutta in India. Once, I think in Mother Kali temple or in Radhakanta temple, some of the jewelry was stolen by thieves. This was informed for Mathurnath Vishwas, who was the temple owner or manager of that temple complex. He immediately rushed, and the word was sent to Sri Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna came to know, and Sri Ramakrishna also came. So many people came, and they were all seeing what has happened. Then Mathurnath Vishwas, he made a comment. Look, oh, the God was unable to protect his own ornaments, then how we can expect that God will protect us from the difficulties? He also made such a comment. Sri Ramakrishna said, look, Mathur, whatever the jewelries you have made, golden ornaments you have made, and you have put on the God, because you wanted to put it, fine. It is very costly and they are very important. They are very unique. All these things for you. But He's the Lord. He has created all of these things. And Vishnu's or Radhakanta's, her spiritual concept, her own wife is, his own wife is Lakshmi, the mother of wealth, the goddess of wealth. If he wishes, he can get pearls, diamonds, gold, platinum, so many things. The whole in the heap of mountains, like he can get pearls, diamonds, and all. And you have made few ornaments and you put on the God, and God should protect for himself because is he interested in that? No. So you give value to it. That is the reason it is important, and saying that God should have protected it. But for him, God doesn't give any value for that is all these golden ornaments, because he gives value only for that simple devotion. Do you understand? When Sri Ramakrishna said, Mathur understood about his wrong understanding and he begged sorry, he begged pardon. So, like this, many times we have got wrong ideas, wrong perceptions about God, about the happenings, about the world, or about the self, about the spirituality, about the religion. So, here the Guru can help us to come to our rescue, and he leads us in a proper way. He corrects us, he straightens us. Why? Because his mind is much more purified. He has advanced in that particular path, so he'll be able to guide us. He can guide us. This is the third limitation. Then, what is the fourth limitation? Negligence, pramada. Pramado vai mrutyuhu. In Sanassu Jatiya, one of the scripture they say, Pramada, the negligence is equal to death. Many times, because of negligence, we lose many things, either in the mundane world and also in the spiritual life. So, negligence at all, in all, by the all way, we should stop, we should check it. Because of negligence, procrastination comes. Because of negligence, dullness can come. Because of negligence, discrimination, we may lose discrimination. Because of negligence, we may do some mistakes, by which, just like by knowingly or unknowingly, if you keep your hand in the fire, your hands are burnt. So similarly, you may lose many things. You may have to face many dangers too. So that's why it is very, very important to take care of it. The intellect, sometimes it cheats us. So we should be vigilant always. We should, by any way, for any reason, we should not be we should not neglect. And same thing for that, again, in Sri Ramakrishna's example, life itself, we can take one example. Once, Sri Ramakrishna, for one of his disciple, Yogin, he gives few rupees and he says that, go and bring one utensils for cooking. He goes to the market. There he saw a particular person who was wearing some religious marks, and as soon as he saw the yogin, he said, Hari, 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 come, come. So he behaved as if he's a very religious person, as if he is a very spiritual person. Yogin thought, oh, he's such a religious person. He's such a spiritual natured person. As soon as he saw me, he never said, oh, please come, please come. Hi, hello. He didn't say Hari, Govinda. So he started remembering Lord's name. That means he's very spiritual in nature. And he spoke so softly, so beautifully. And he's always uttering the Lord's name in between the conversations also. He's a very spiritual person. Yogin was very happy about it. And Yogin asked, Sir, I want to take a particular utensil. Have you got? The owner of the shop said, Yes, my dear. Hari, Govinda. Yes. You want? Please take here. Then Yogin said, Oh, what cost? Oh, Hari, Govinda, Narayana, Vittala. This 5 rupees or 10 rupees, because in the olden days it was less. So 2 rupees or 3 rupees, something he said. Then he said, Okay, sir, please give me. And he purchased and he brought to the master's house, master's room. Then Sri Ramakrishna, after bringing, Sri Ramakrishna examined it, and there was a hole in that. There was a defect in the utensil. Sri Ramakrishna said, My dear Yogin, why you didn't check the utensil? There is a defect in that. There is a hole in the utensil. Yogin said, Oh, my sir, master, please excuse me, sorry. Because he had a religious mark and he was uttering the Lord's name, so I thought he's a religious person, a spiritual person. So he will not cheat me, I thought. He's a genuine person, I thought. So I believed him. I never checked or examined. Sri Ramakrishna said, You are a fool. You have gone to purchase something. And the person who is sitting in the shop, he is there to not to practice religion. He is there to make some money. He is there to do some business. When you go for business, you should not mix your religion. Wherever you go, first you should inquire what is the price of an utensil. And in the similar shops, 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 shops, you should inquire what is the price. So in the less price, in the best commodity, we should purchase. And also we should examine whether is it a defective or not. And if anything gift is there, like buy one, get one free, today we speak, that day itself, Sri Ramakrishna has spoken about it. If anything is there like that, cash concession or any free things is there, if you purchase this bigger one, smaller one will be given like that, you should inquire, and even you should, without leaving that, you should bring that gift also, the free also. See, Sri Ramakrishna, who is to keep his mind always on the transcendental level, in the God conscious level, even is telling that when you go to do business, you should not cheat, no doubt, but you should do bargain and you should get the best thing in the possible less price. Means spirituality means it is not neglecting the world, it is not neglecting the life, it is not neglecting the family, it is not neglecting oneself, it is not neglecting our work. Some people say we are all very spiritual, so they'll have a very shabby dress, very dirty dress. Their room also will be very dirty. They don't clean it properly. They don't keep things properly. Why? I'm very spiritual. I am not bothered about all these things. That is a nonsense, and it is a wrong idea. It is a it is a wrong perception, wrong idea. When you are a spiritual person, you have to be very clear and clean and very systematic in everything, externally, internally. So negligence, it is not at all allowed in spiritual life. So Guru will hold over here and he say that no, you should not, you cannot have such type of negligence in your life. So one of the limitation of the intellect is negligence. If you are not vigilant enough, if we are not careful enough, then we can succumb to this negligence. That's why we need Guru many times. Then the fifth one is the fifth one is Vipralabdhi. Vipralabdhi is easily we come into others' influence. Today's youngsters, we can see. Someone has got a very peculiar hairdress, hairstyle. Oh, why did you do? A hero in a film did that. A person, a famous person, or a celebrity, he had that hairstyle. So that's what he also copied it. And sometimes I see here, youngsters come with here also in India, everywhere also, with the torn pants. I said, why? Your father didn't give you money or he didn't bring you good dress? He said, why, Swamiji? Because your pant is torn. He said, no, Swamiji, this is a style. Then I kept, my goodness, giving so much money and you are wearing the torn dress. What is the use of it? I said, instead of that, you purchase a good ones, which is untorn, and you give to the beggar and you get the dress from the beggar, at least you'll get some punya. You'll get some virtue, some good luck because you've helped a beggar. Because sometimes beggars' dresses will be torn. Then I made a fun of it. He kept quiet. Oh, Swamiji, this is the style. So, like this. And also sometimes in India nowadays it has become a fashion among the adolescents or youngsters. What is that? If you want to be a well-versed person, if you are an advanced youngster, means you should drink. Nonsense it is. Absolutely nonsense. Some cold countries, because to keep themselves warm, they used to take little. It is not that it is everyone, because it's a fashion. If you don't drink, then you are not at all a right person, you are not an advanced person, or you are a backward person. Such type of idea is a wrong perception. Because of society, because of the friends, because of the neighbors, we get easily influenced and we don't think whether it is right or wrong, whether it is required or not. So this is called Vipralabdhi, one of the limitation of the intellect. And the standard story or joke which we see in India is generally, we had a 14-inch screen in the house. It was going on well. We are able to see movies, watch movies, and we used to do so many things. Whatever the TV can do, television can do, it is also done. Our neighbor, they got 17 inches or 21 inches screen. Immediately the problem starts in the house. Oh, this TV is not good, some color is problem, some remote is not working, channels are less, that is not there, this is not there. Till yesterday, the TV was okay, and today onwards, it started giving problem. Why? Because the neighbors, they got 21 inches screen, we should also get 21 inches screen TV, television. Whether we need or not, whether there is a necessity or not, we don't bother. Because someone got, we should also get. Someone made a very peculiar hairdress, I should also make. Someone went to pub, I should also go to pub. Someone went to club, I should also go to club. Someone had a drinking habit, I should also cultivate. So like that, easily nowadays, we are getting affected by the society. We are getting influenced by the people in the wrong way, in the wrong direction. We should be careful enough. So here Guru tells us where you should get influence, where you should not get influence, from whom you can receive the influence, and from whom you cannot receive the influence. So he tries to tell us, he trains us. That's why we need a guru. So the limitation, one of the limitation of intellect is vipralabdhi. So easily our mind or intellect can succumb to someone's influence unnecessarily. Then the sixth is apatukarnatva. Apatukarnatva is wrong understanding, we can say. Rather, our understanding is limited by knowledge. Our understanding is limited by knowledge. Like that, generally say. Like, patutva means, in the Sanskrit, patutva means skills. Apatutva means skills limited by the sense organs. So, apatukarnatva means our understanding is limited by our sense organs, our mind, our intellect. For an example, once, so around 500 or 1000 people assembled in one place, and they were started singing devotional songs, and they were doing so intensely, so sincerely, they were doing prayers. Oh God, if you are there, please protect us. Oh God, if you are there, please help us. Oh God, if you're there, please present in front of us. Please let us have your vision. Oh God, please be compassionate and give your vision. Like that, some good prayers and with very sincerity they were doing. God thought, see, so many people, they're singing my glories from long time, for a quite a number of time. And very sincerely they're praying. And they're asking me for my grace and also for my vision. They're expecting me to present in front of them. And with such a sincerity, not one or two, so many. Why can't I appear once? So thinking that God appeared in front of them. Say we will take an example like Lord Narayana. Lord Narayana appeared in front of them. Then suddenly people started astonishing. Suddenly, from where this person came? Who are you? Why did you come? Someone said, oh, he might have come from the drama company. Why? Because he is having a throne and he's having a Shankar Chakra and he's having some Gada mace in his hands. Lord Narayana said, look, I am Lord Narayana. You are praying for me to grace you, to bestow blessings on you. And so that, and also you were praying that I should appear in front of you so that you will have my vision. So I have appeared. Then the people said, yes, we were all praying, no doubt. But are you really God? Did you really hear my prayers and did you come really? Lord Narayana said, yes, really I have come. I'm really Lord Narayana. Some people said, yes, we did pray, but have you come? They started scratching their head. Then someone said, look, God can do anything and everything, they say. Is it? Lord Narayana nodded his head and he said, yes. Then he had a box, metal box, stiffen box in his hand. And he said, look, I will give you, if you can convert this into gold, then we will believe that you are Lord Narayana. You should do some miracle. So he gave that his Tiffin box, steel Tiffin box to Lord Narayana. He tested it and it became gold. Then everyone started clapping and Lord Narayana felt it, okay. At least now the people will have a faith that I am Lord Narayana. But in a blink of second or in a fraction of second, people disappeared. They are all running somewhere. Then Lord Narayana got puzzled, started thinking, what happened? Where are these people are going? Then after some time, 2, 3, 4 minutes, everyone is carrying big, big vessels from their houses. Why? Because so they can make it to be gold, which it can be turned into gold, then they can be rich people. So they were all holding big, big vessels with all difficulties. They were coming. Lord Narayana said, see, these people really, they don't want me. They want only my power. They want only money or whatever, saying that he disappeared. So God is not only to bestow the boons, God is something more. But many times we don't understand it properly. Wrong understanding or our understanding will be limited. So that is the reason we need guru. That is the reason we need a teacher. How much ever we are intelligent, how much ever we are advanced in science and technology, we are able to go to Mars. Tomorrow we may be able to go to Sun. We may be able to go to different galaxies, no doubt, externally, but internally, from this spiritual point of view, we have got our limitations. And whatever we are perceiving the world through this mind, intellect, and sense organs, only we are perceiving and we are getting so much knowledge, no doubt, but at the same time, it is limiting the knowledge. For an argument's sake, let us say, now God will give one more sense organ of knowledge. Organ of knowledge, He bestows sixth organ of knowledge. Immediately, our understanding, our perception about the world and about the things changes because it gets expands. It gets expanded. So this through five sense organs, mind and intellect. How much, whatever the knowledge we get, it is so true. At the same time, it is also equally true that from this intellect, this through the intellect and through the mind, we get only the particular amount of knowledge or only particular level of knowledge. More than that, we cannot get. By Guru's grace and by divine grace, we can get it. That's why we need Guru. So, according to the Shastras, according to the scriptures, these are the six limitations. One is ignorance, the second is doubt, the third is wrong perception or parallax error, we say. The fourth is negligence, the fifth is deceived by others or may easily succumb to others' influence. The fifth is limitations of senses. So these are the six errors or defects of the intellect. So to get away from this, we need Guru, we need the teacher. So let us all pray to the divine, to being the Guru. He guide us, let him guide us in a proper way at all time by taking right decisions, by doing a right thinking. Let us lead a proper life and let us be the human beings in real sense or in the true sense. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Shri Rama Krishna Arpanamastu.